welcome to my channel Somty Codes, and for today we're going to be designing a registration form. But first we're going to design the user interface in Adobe Photoshop, and then we're going to code it in Android Studio. Let's get on with it. First, you create a new file. Under the mobile tab, you choose Android and then you click on create. The next thing you want to do after that is to import your background. Choose the background, import that. Now you hold your alternating shift key to resize so that you can maintain the aspect ratio. Hit enter, then you move it in place, apply your Gaussian blur filter, click OK. Then after, I'm going to create a new layer. Use the marquee tool to create a square background of all the control key. I'll fill it up with my foreground color, which is white. After I do that, I'm going to reduce the fill of the background of the white so that it looks transparent. Next up, I'm going to add a logo. For my logo, I'll just use the text. I'll just type a text as my logo for the sake of the tutorial. Just call it logo. Okay, I will change the font to make it look more like logo. Change the font too small, increase the size. Okay, good. Drag that in place, resize it a bit. Drag that in place. Okay, looks good. Okay, move that, increase that a bit. Okay, everything looks good. I'm gonna go type some text, get started. Quite small, Ctrl T, transform, increase that, put that in place. Just play around with the font a little. Make sure it's bold. Okay, that works. Then I'm gonna duplicate that and have another text under there. Just a few things, a few details. Yep. Too big. Reduce that a bit. Okay, try that in place, just a little bit. Next up is to create the edit text. So I'm going to use the corner rectangle, rounded rectangle, sorry. Increase the radius and see how that looks like. I think I'm going to go a bit higher. So I'm done with this. Gonna change the color to something close to white. Think that's okay. Increase it a bit. Ctrl T to increase, to resize. Gonna increase that a bit. Okay, it's fine. And okay, that's okay. I think I'll add a bit of stroke to give it a depth. Take stroke, change the color to pure white, and increase the size till it's a bit visible. I think 2 is okay. Then I'm gonna duplicate this. I need 3 different edit text, so I'm gonna duplicate this. I'm okay with that. I'm gonna use the Alt key, duplicate that, bring it a bit closer, duplicate that in 2 places, making it a total of 3. That's about right. Okay, I think I'll duplicate the text now because I can't really see my writing, so I'm gonna put a dark layer between that background and the writings. Just reduce the fill a bit till I can see my writings. I think that's okay. So I agree to the terms and conditions. Well, most times you don't have a choice but to agree, but I just agree. So I'll put that in place. I'll create a new layer, create the circular button, use the marquee to hold my shift, fill it up with white. Then I'm gonna add a background, a stroke, sorry. Double click that, open up the effect. I'm gonna add a stroke. I'm gonna reduce the fill. Okay, that about right. I'll increase the stroke a bit, just for cosmetics. Put that in place. I think I need to make sure they're on the same line. Select that together. No, wrong button. Sorry about that. I think they're aligned now. Try and put that in the center. Okay. Next thing I need is a button. Just name that for name's sake. I need a button, same rounded rectangle, cornered rectangle. Reduce the radius. Then I'm just gonna play around with the colors and the size. Put that in place. I think I'll use color overlay. Gonna add a text. It says register. Gonna increase that a bit. Okay, put that in place. Oh, thank you, Photoshop. Make sure they're aligned. I think everything's come to place. Register is not really visible, so I'm gonna just change that. Play around with the font. You guys are free to use any font you want and any size. Just play around. I'm gonna make the button look a bit darker. Darken the color a bit. Yep, I think it's quite visible now, not too dark. Okay, that's about right. Then I'm gonna increase the black I put initially to give it that darker look so I can see the text. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna increase this white space, increase that, Ctrl T, transform and bring it down a bit. That's fine. All these are just cosmetics. Okay, I'm gonna duplicate the text to write a footnote under. Okay, no, I'll not duplicate. I think I'll click the text, then I'll drag to set the margins. That's better for me. Okay, yeah, I think that's better work. Then I'll type like a footnote. Increase the size. Yeah, type the footnotes. We would shortly be sending you confirmation link by email. Yeah, so please, no capital letter, please click on the link to activate your account. Yep, that's good. Does it look in place? I think so. And I'm gonna centralize, center, try and see if everything and what remains are the icons. I already have some icons there, so I'll just drag them in place. That for password, that for user, and make sure, yeah, just cosmetics. Put it in place. One more here, just use the Shift 8, choose that color, just the text, increase the size a bit. Yeah, so that acts as my icon. Confirm password, email, password, and confirm password. I think that's okay. Then I need to add a hint. Yeah, duplicate that, change the color a bit. I need to bring up the layer. Okay, yeah, visible now. So this will be email. Yeah, I think it's quite fine. Duplicate that. Capital P, password, then confirm password. Could be anything you want it to be. Okay, group that, reduce the fill, so it's a bit faint, like a hint. And because I'm moving to Android Studio, I'll need to export some of the things. I use some of the icons. Now I'll start with the radio button. This is when it's unchecked, so I'll right click on the layer and click on quick export as PNG. That's the way to do it. Just use a name to save this for now. RB unchecked. Then okay, then I'm gonna do a design for when it's checked. What I want it to look like when it's checked, sorry. And then export that too. So you will need to export the icons you use, the logo, the email icon, the password icon, the confirm password icon. Then I'm gonna export the remaining radio button when it's checked, and I'll see you guys over in the Android Studio tutorial. I'm going to design this in Android Studio. So right click, quick export as PNG, change the name to what you want and hit enter, and that's all. I'm going to save my work and I'm done. So see you guys in Android Studio. So the first thing you want to do is open up your Android Studio, create a new project, name it whatever you want, select your SDK, your minimum SDK, click on next, choose empty activity, next, then finish. While that builds up, I'm not going to be using constraints layout for my design today. I'll make a different tutorial teaching how to use constraints layout. So I'm going to take it off and use relative layout. Okay, that's done. Have a look at what I want to do. Take away the hello world. First thing is to place this background. So I'm going to use an image view to do that. So image view, need to match parents for the height and width. Then I need to get my background. So what I need to do is export my background. You just make sure how to do with the logo, or you should export your background and copy it to the resource folder of your project. Delete this out of the way. I have to do this 2 times. Don't like these 2 folders. So you open up your drawable folder, resource drawable. Make sure you copy your background image, paste it there. Now go to source, drawable, and background. Then you can see that next thing is scale type with center crop. Just change the theme so that this goes off for now. And the next thing we need to do is the logo. Let's create the logo, to put the logo in place. So I'm gonna use the same image view. Image view, and I'm gonna match 50 dpi for the height. Since I'm using a relative layout, I'll have to give IDs to my views so that I can put them in place how I want them. So name this form back and form logo. I use login, sorry. Form, yeah. So next thing you want to do is to import your logo to your app. Now basically, you know that Android has different screen sizes, and most times advised to save your icons for different screen sizes. So I'm gonna add the link to this site in the description. It helps to scale all your icons to the different sizes required by Android for different screen sizes. So just upload it to the site, tweak around some things, then download it back, copy it to your resource folder, and that's that. Okay, check my logo now, just bring that up. You can see my logo now. I think it's quite small. So one of the, I think, disadvantages is you have to play around with the size on the website to get it right. Next thing I need to do is find something to house all these elements here. So I'll be using a scroll view, so that if you type or if you press on the edit text type, you can have opportunity to scroll up, scroll down, depending on how small your device is. So a scroll view needs a layout, just one layout inside. So this would be like the parent layout, then that will house all these other ones. So I'm gonna color this white. I'm gonna add a test view. Okay, I cannot see that yet. I'm gonna add the color white. Now this is gonna throw an error because I haven't created it, so I'll go ahead, create this color name white. The white is hash FFFF. Sorry, yeah, I can see it is visible. What I want to do, let me get this groovy down. Please note I'm going to remove that later. Copy this, paste, change this, just a few details to get you started. Okay, I'll just play around with you'll test your margins and paddings just to get the right fit. Now the next thing is to create a white transparent background. So I'm gonna go here, give this a drawable resource. Now I've not created this, so it's gonna give an error. Go ahead and create that trans white rectangle. Okay, then I see the error's gone. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do now is go back to that drawable I create a rectangle item, and that's shape. Then just gonna go with solid inside that, choose color. I'm gonna go white, but I'm gonna apply transparency there. So I'm gonna also add this as description. Normally use this to get the transparency I want. Place that before the color, complete the color value, and the white will be a bit transparent. Yeah, that's it. So now I need to create some margins by the sides. Do that margin start, margin end. Yep, that's it. So next up is to have my autocomplete test view. No, not edit test, autocomplete. Reason for this is just in case you want to auto-populate your complete test view. So I'm just gonna go ahead, bunch of mistakes. Wait, it's gonna go with match, then my height, and then I'll just go with 40. See how that looks like. My background, that I can see it now, but I need a rounded corners as background. So I'm just gonna give this a hint. Okay, I can see that. Then my background will be a drawable resource. Now I have to go create this because I've not done that. I'm gonna try an error, but I'll just go and create that rounded white. Okay, so I've got my drawable folder, create this rounded white. Okay, now the error goes, but nothing yet. But that's alright. I'll go back. Now the difference between this and the other one, it's for an Android, for autocomplete, normally have states, when it's focused, when it's not focused, when it's pressed, and all that. So you could go ahead and do that, but for this I'm just get it to be visible first. Same way we did the other rectangle. Then I'm gonna add a stroke now, just to give it some depth. a stroke color. Now notice I've not closed my stroke. Then corners, radius of the corner 40 dp. Go back and check. That's good. I need this color. Copy that. Go back to my drawable. Paste it there. Can't really see it, but let me see. Yeah, it's visible. Okay, yeah, very visible. Now I'm gonna add some margins to get it to the center. DP, rather. Also margin, and same thing, basically repeating everything again. Now I'm gonna add some margin here between the text and the autocomplete. So let's just play around and see. So I'm gonna create another tutorial where I explain in depth margins and paddings, or you could just go read up the differences from the Android documentation. Yeah, right, who loves to read? So I'm gonna add icons now. Now I repeated the same process I did. Now to add an icon at the beginning of an autocomplete or text, we'll use drawable left. You can see that. And then I place the icon there. It's quite small, so I'm going to go and increase the size. Well, let me reduce the size of the text first. Now to add a space between the icon and the hint, use drawable padding to do that. Then for a padding between the edge and the drawable, just use padding start. Solves that. So too big. I need to go reduce that again. 9. Okay, so I think this is the right size. I'm gonna put an ID, and it should be the email. Okay, copy that and paste again for my password, and I also copy that again for my confirm password. Empty type should be number password, test password, so that as you type it's not visible. Go now, I need to change the hint, password, and also the icon. Input that, change the name of the icon, download it, open the downloaded file, copy that, go to my resource folder, paste it, then I'll just rename this to match the name of the password icon. Okay, so that's it. So I'm just gonna add like a margin between those two, like a space. This margin button. Too much. Nope. I think that's okay. So I'm gonna repeat the same thing again for the confirm password. Change that confirm password ID to user C password. Then add, just copy the margin, paste that there. Then I'll need to, and what I'll do next, I'll place the scroll view just beneath my logo. So I'll go to my scroll view, I'll go with layout below, then I'll refer to the ID of the logo that comes up. So around here, then I'm gonna add, I could add margin here or add the logo. Margin bottom 30. Look at that. Next thing I'm gonna do is the icon for the confirm password. I'm going to use a text, just change the name and export it. I'll copy it to my resource folder. So I'll just change the drawable resource source point to that of the confirm password. I think that's it. So the next thing would be to add the radio with the agreement and the button. Let me just have a look. Yep, the radio on the button. So go radio B button. I think I'll go wrap content. Also wrap content for this. Now let's know the radio button will have a custom icon, not this default one given by Android. So I'm gonna add the test. I agree to the terms and conditions. It needs to be white and it needs to be at the center. Play around with the test size, reduce that a bit, 11 SP. And I need to move it to the center. I'll use layer gravity to push it to the center. Okay, that's about that. I think I'll add more space between that and the icon, so I'll use padding left to do that. To add a space between that, the radio icon and the text, I'll use padding left to do that. Now I'll create a new drawable resource for my radio button. Call it radio button. My radio button has two states. One is for when it's checked and one is for when checked is false. So say state checked true, have another item that says unchecked, go with false. Now I'll go back to my activity main XML, create Android button, drawable pointing to that drawable I just created. And what you will need to do is to import two separate icons, whichever I want to use, and paste it in your drawable folder. One will be for the checked, one for the unchecked. Now I already have one for the checked, one for the unchecked. I just pasted that. Okay, you can see that works. Checked it and it changed. So remember, the magic happened when I created the resource file where I put checked to be false and checked to be true. So next up is to create a button. Go ahead and type button 50 deep now. Should use wrap content for the width and 50 dp for the height, so it wraps around the text. Now I'm gonna put the text color should be white. The text itself is register. And then I'm gonna put this for cosmetics, test style normal. So the background is going to be rounded, so I'll use a drawable resource for the background. I haven't created one yet, so it's going to throw an error. Register button, so it gives me that error. I'll do that in a bit. I'll put it in center using layer gravity. Then I'll go create this register button resource now. Right click on your rest folder to do that. Create new. So I'm gonna go here. Now I'll just the same way I did for the rectangle, the edit text. But now for my button, there are various states also you need to take note of. One of those is the focused, when it's on focus, and when it's not, when it's tapped, and when it's not. So the way I'm gonna do that, just create base color first to see what I'm doing. Same process, but now I need the color. Okay, so Okay, you can see that over there. So when I check, yeah, the color is there, but now we need the rounded corners. Add some margin here, some margin bottom. That looks good now. Just having some cosmetic touch there. So I'm going to head back to my drawable, add some corners, look at my emulator. I can't really see that. Okay, now you can see the button. I need to add the states. The states I'm working with is a state pressed and state focused. These states handle when or what happens or how it looks like when the states are true, like when it's pressed, when it's not pressed, and so forth and so on. So I'm gonna just do that here, make some changes. The first one indicates when it's not being pressed, when the state of the press is false and focus is false. It's very important to have the states to give like an animation or like a touch feedback to your button and any other thing you want to have. This is the way to go about it. So I'm just going to play around with some things here. I think I'll pick a darker color to give a feedback for when it's being pressed. Copy this, paste it here. Oh wait, I think I just looked at it. I think this might not also have another state. Change this to false, so that when it's just pressed, now when it's focused. Now run that and see. So that works. When I press the button, it changes color. So I'll go ahead and add the bottom text. So I'm going to remove this align bottom true for this. Gonna have that out. Just put an ID there. The reason for that is so that things can come under the rectangular screw view. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add some text, and then when I do that, I'm gonna tell the text to stay just below the scroll view. That's why I give it an ID there. So this text is not visible yet, but it's gonna be in a moment. Add the color first. Right, okay, it's visible now. So I'm gonna ask it to go below the scroll view now. Yeah, below ID scroll view, so it goes below. I'm just gonna add a margin, but margin top and bottom. And I'm just top. I'm gonna check it in my emulator to see. So I'm just gonna add margin start and end to get my text to align with the transparent background. So I'll copy that, paste that there. I have to go back to my emulator to see the changes I've made. So you can see. So I'll just play around with the text a bit, and then check that in my emulator. Then I need to centralize this. I can use gravity to do that. Okay, I'll check that in my emulator and see. Okay, good. Now one thing you notice is the background kind of compresses when the keyboard comes up. It can see that the background like compresses. So I'm going to fix that by taking off the image view. I'm placing the image from the Java side. So the way I'm going to do that is I'll go this, get window, that's set the background drawable resource. I'm going to point to the background drawable resource where it is, our drawable background. Then I'm going to go back to this activity XML and take away the image view, or just comment it so that then I'm going to run my emulator. Now you won't see any change apart from the fact that it doesn't wrap anymore from the emulator, but in Android Studio you're going to see that the background is gone because I took it out from the XML. You can see there's no wrapping, background remains the same. And the next thing I will want to do is to make sure the keyboard doesn't pop up when I launch the app, because when I launch the app the keyboard just comes up. I don't want that. So I'll go to my activity, then I'm going to use this code to make sure the keyboard stays hidden. This get window set soft input mode. What I need now is the Windows manager. Yeah, I'm sure Windows manager. Then I'm gonna go with this layout. Soft input state should always be hidden. Actually, this represents a number. You can replace that with a number, but it's best to use that in case if Android decides to change the number. So this will take away the keyboard pop-up on my app launch. Yeah, you can see the keyboard doesn't pop up. So that's how you could design your registration form on Adobe Photoshop and then code it on Android Studio. If you liked my video, give it a thumbs up. If you don't, thumbs down. And for more tutorials like this, just subscribe to my channel by hitting the subscribe button. I'll be taking you through more tutorials on how to get users to register. And for other things you would like to see, just leave it in the comment section below and I'll work towards that. See you next time.